Sixth class Science 2020 chapter Knowing about Plants. Hi everyone, we are discussing parts of plants and its functions. In the previous class, we have discussed about roots and its functions. We know that roots are present inside the soil, but there are some roots above the ground, that means above the soil. Observe the figure. Do you find roots always underground? See, if you observe figure, in that figure, some children playing with some parts of the plant. What is that part? So that part is a root. In order to perform some additional functions, in some plants, roots grow above the ground. Such roots are called aerial roots. That means roots we found above the ground are called aerial roots. They give additional support to the plants like a banyan tree, sugarcane, and maize. Banyan tree, sugarcane, and maize, in these plants we will find these aerial roots. These aerial roots helpful in respiration in mangroves. Mangroves are such a type of plants. Now let us see functions of the stem. What are the functions of the stem? Let us see. What is the stem? First of all, the aerial part of the plant body above the ground is known as the shoot system. So there are two systems in a plant. One is shoot system and root system. So shoot system is above the ground and root system below the ground. Main axis of the shoot system is called the stem. The shoot system consists of stem, leaves, flowers, and fruits. The stem grows above the soil and it grows towards the sunlight. It has nodes and internodes. You can observe in the figure. Nodes are the parts of the stem where the leaf arises. The part of the stem between two successive nodes is called the internode. The bud at the tip of the stem is known as the apical or terminal bud, and the buds at the axils of the leaves are called axillary buds. So you can observe all the parts is given in the figure. Tip of the bud, apical bud, node, internode, axillary bud, and another apical bud, vegetative shoot, leaf, blade, petiole, and taproot, lateral roots all are given. So you can carefully observe the figure. Some plants like tulasi and pudina have small stems. They are very weak stems. And some plants like banyan tree, peepal tree, and coconut have big stems and they are called trunks. Now let us see activity 4, conduction of water. Aim: to observe conduction of water by a stem. What do you need? We need a small twig of balsam plant, a glass of water, and a few drops of red ink. What to do? That means procedure. Place the small twig in the water with red ink. What do you see? That means our observation. The stem turns reddish. That is what we observed. You can observe in the figure. What do you learn? This is because red ink is taken and transported by the stem upwards. So why the stem of the plant turns into red color? Because stem absorbed water along with red ink. So this is what we observed in this activity. Now let us see the functions of the stem. The stem, first one, the stem supports the branches, leaves, flowers and fruits. Second one, the stem transports water and minerals from roots to upper aerial parts of the plant. Third one, the stem transports food from leaves to the other parts through stem. And next one, the stem stores food as in the case of sugarcane. Do you know modification of stem? Some plants like potato, turmeric, garlic, ginger and sugarcane store food material in the stem, due to which the stem bulges in size. Bulges is nothing but is becoming bigger. Generally, we think that these are all tubers or roots, but actually they are modified stems. So here you can observe the diagrams. The photographs of potato is a modified stem. Ginger is a modified stem. And garlic is a modified stem. And turmeric is also a modified stem. Another important part of the plants is leaf. Leaves are another important part of plants. Most plants that we see in our surroundings have different types of leaves. That means some leaves in particular shape. Observe the given picture of a leaf and its parts. Where is the leaf attached to the stem? That is leaf base. What is the flat portion of the leaf called? That is lamina. What do you call the small line like structure in the flat portion of the leaf? That is midrib. Which part connects leaf lamina with the system? That is petiole. So from this we can understand that a leaf contains leaf base, a stalk-like structure called petiole, and lamina. Collect different leaves from the garden. Are all leaves the same? How are they? What about their size and shape? You can compare the leaves of the plants and write your observation in the table given below. So, if you are not able to write the shape and edge, you can also draw the shape and edge of the leaf. So, table 3 is given serial number, name of the plant, leaf base, yes or no, petiole, yes or no, lamina, yes or no, shape of the leaf. If you can describe, you can write, otherwise you can draw the shape of the leaf. And edges of the leaf also you can describe or you can draw. So this is for your activity. What are the common parts that you observe in all the leaves? Do all the leaves have the same shape or not? After completing this table, you have to answer these Two questions. Venation. Observe the leaf lamina carefully. What do you see? You may see some thin-like structures spread over the leaf. What are that thin-like structures? The leaf lamina usually consists of a midrib, that means main vein, that is a midrib, and side veins, other veins and veinlets. Midrib, veins and veinlets arranged in the form of a network. To understand this venation, let us do an activity. Take a leaf, put a leaf under a white sheet of paper or a sheet in your notebook. Hold the tip of the pencil flat and rub it on the paper thoroughly. Did you get any impression? Is this pattern similar to that on the leaf? Yes. The lines on the leaf are called veins. What are the lines you are observed on the leaf? That lines are called veins. The long vein that are present in the middle of the lamina are called midrib. The branches arising from the midrib are called veins. And the even finer divisions are veinlets. The arrangement of veins in the lamina is called venation. Venation acts as a skeleton of the leaf and gives it shape and support. Types of venation. Observe the venation of the leaves that you collected. If this design is net-like on both sides of midrib, the venation is reticulate. If the veins are parallel to one another, the venation is parallel venation. That means we have two types of venation. The first one is reticulate venation. That means it looks like a network. And the second one is parallel venation. So in this, veins are parallel to one another. Now, your observations you have to note down in the table 4. Here table 4 is given serial number, name of the plant and venation, whether it is reticulate or parallel. So 5 leaves you have to collect and write its names and venation. So after that, compare the results obtained in table 2 already about the root system. In that table 2 we have completed that table 2 and now the table 4. You have to compare these two tables and answer these questions. What type of roots are there in plants having parallel venation in their leaves? So parallel venation leaves, what are the root system? Whether it is a taproot system or fibrous root system. And the second question is, what type of roots are there in plants having web-like venation in their leaves? And third question, is there any relation between venation and root system? Exactly, there is a relation between venation and root system. You will see that plants with taproot system have leaves with web-like or reticulate venation. Taproot system, reticulate venation. And plants with fibrous roots have parallel venation. So you can now easily understand that if the leaves have reticulate venation, we can say that its root system is taproot system. If the leaves have parallel venation, the root system is fibrous root system. By observing the plant leaves itself, we can say about its root system, whether it is a taproot system or fibrous root system. Home task. Answer the following questions. Answer the following question. First question, how does the stem help the plant? How does the stem help the plant? And second question, what is the relation between the type of root system and venation? What is the relation between the type of root system and venation? And the third question is, explain the parts of a leaf with the help of a diagram. You have to draw the diagram and write its parts neatly with a pencil. So answer these three questions and send me through the WhatsApp. I am waiting for your answers. We will meet again in the next class. Until then, keep watching. Thank you. We'll meet again.